Hey guys, welcome back to HEATH Figure Unboxing. And if you're finding me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the future content. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the Figuarts Joker from the Dark Knight Trilogy. And I always feel like the companies are a little bit late to the party, but I don't know. Mayfax is going all in. They're making at least 5 or 6 more characters, so apparently I know nothing about the market. But I highly doubt Figuarts is going to make more after the Joker though. But anyways, here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. Really cool packaging, and let's bust this thing open and see all we got. And here we have the figure still in there in the packaging, and he does come with a healthy amount of accessories, and let's check out the figure itself. And here we have the figure itself, and as expected from Figuarts, the figure is beautifully made. Very nicely painted and sculpted, and let's just take a closer look at the figure. I love the attention to detail, and I don't have any paint issues. The QC seems to be handled very well. The figure feels really durable, and yeah, this guy should be using all the latest technology from Bandai. It looks really good. And of course, the coat is on a softer material, allows for a little bit more articulation, and let's just jump straight into the articulation. I don't think there's anything you guys haven't seen already. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over from the neck down. He can't really look up, and he can look down about this much, and you can turn his head no problem. And for the shoulder, it's just on a standard ball joint, and of course, like I mentioned earlier, the coat is on a softer material, so it won't hinder articulation as much. But this part has a little bit too much plastic. I feel like he can't really raise his arm. Yeah, this is about as far as you can go, and that kind of sucks. And you do have a swivel over here through the shoulder, as well as bicep swivel, and you can curl about this much, and you do have the ball wrist. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with the shoulder here. Like, this is not very good. And for the ab crunch, you can bend forward about this much, which is not a lot. Bend backwards about this much. I guess he doesn't really need to bend that much since he's on a coat, but it's not very good. But you can move side to side, no problem. And for the leg, he can kick up about this high. I don't think we have any pull down method. And you do have a swivel over here through the thighs. You can bend about this much. Some side to side pivot. The pivot is actually pretty good, and you do have the toe hinge. And I believe that's it for the articulation. It's not as good as I thought, but it's not horrible. And yeah, let's check out the accessories. And for the accessories, we can start with the default face. And personally, I think it looks great. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. But I feel like I have been collecting Figuarts long enough to get used to their animated style. But I can also see why people prefer the Mayfax version over this. It's all about personal preference, I feel like. And next up, we get a more calm looking expression, and it looks pretty decent as well. But I feel like it's not too different from the default one though. I just realized the default one is slightly smiling. And lastly, we get an evil laugh, and this one is probably my favorite out of the 3. It looks really crazy. And for the interchangeable hands, first off, we get a pair of relaxed open hands, and they're very nicely painted and sculpted, and yeah, looks pretty good. And then we get a pair of style posing hands. And next up, we get a pair of hands to hold the playing cards, and it's very nicely painted and sculpted, but you have to be careful with the carpet hell. It's really small. And then we get a pair of hands for him to hold a knife so he can draw some smile on people's face, and of course, this is very nicely painted and sculpted as well. And then we get a pair of trigger finger hands to hold the machine gun and the rocket launcher, and here's the machine gun, very nicely painted and sculpted, and let's try to assemble this. And here I have him assembled with a machine gun, and it actually looks great. I love it. And lastly, we get the rocket launcher, also very nicely painted and sculpted, and let's try to assemble this as well. And here I have him assembled with the rocket launcher, and it looks amazing as well. And I believe that's it for the accessories, and let's check out some action poses. Anyways, that was just some quick posing. Hopefully you guys find that helpful. And before we get into the size comparison, I want to quickly talk about a shoulder articulation again, because I screwed up. After playing around with it, I realized there's a lot more range than I initially thought. So basically what you have to do is you have to play around with the coat. It's a really long ball joint, so you have to just kind of like move it down a little bit, and that will give you all the range you need. It's a really nice ball joint and shoulder swivel. Also, there's actually some knife over here, which is really cool. I really like that. Didn't know this figure was this awesome. But anyways, let's jump straight into the size comparison. And for the size comparison, let us start with Batman, and I think they look really good together. I forgot exactly how tall they were. Do let me know in the comments if you know, but I think they should be in scale. At first I thought I didn't need this too, but the more I play with it, the more I like them. They have definitely grown on me. Hopefully Bandai can make other characters, but I highly doubt that they will though. We'll see. And next up, we have the Mesco 112 Collective, and I think they look very good together. Joker is slightly smaller than they are, but I think it can still work. And again, shameless promotion. If you're still looking for a good trench coat for your Mesco 112 Punisher, I'm selling them, and the link is down in the description below. Woohoo! I'm not very good at this, but anyways, let's move on. And next up, we have some recent American SH Figuarts, and they look amazing as well. And next up, we have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And now that I'm looking at it, Super Saiyan 3 Goku does look a little bit small. But still a great figure though. And check out my review if you haven't. And then we have some SH Figuarts Naruto figures. And then we have some Articulated Icons Ninjas. Some SH Figuarts Street Fighters. And lastly, we have some Figma figures. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I did not expect this figure to grow on me like this, and I highly recommend it. At first I thought it's just another random Joker figure Bandai is throwing out there, but the more I play with it, the more I love it. It's got a lot of accessories, very nicely painted and sculpted, and the articulation is amazing for what it is. I know a lot of people are still on the fence because of the Mayfax Joker. Some people even cancel their pre-order for the SH Figuarts because of the Mayfax. But personally, I will never choose Mayfax over SH Figuarts because of the QC issues, and the final product was never the same with the prototype, and the durability. I don't think anyone can beat SH Figuarts in terms of durability. But anyways, that is just my opinion. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. And this is Eric. I hope you guys are doing great. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.